business. I was so intent on being successful. I decided to do whatever it took. My mom would always laugh and joke because I would go into the basement every morning and start a store. And she said to me, "Why are you going in the basement?" I said, "Mom, I have a store I'm starting and I have got to be successful." But my life has been full of roller coasters. It's had emotional ups and downs and all the curves in between. So this is about from failure to victory. I want you all to know if you're dealing with any type of failure or and you want to go to victory, my journey I would pray would inspire all of you. There is no script today. This is me just being real, authentic, and organic with you guys. So at the age of 5, I was determined to go in the basement and run my store. And I had 0 customers in weeks. And my mother finally sat me down and said, "Son, I love your passion and your drive, but you need a storefront, not a basement, to have a business." So that's when I decided to do lemonade stands and different and I wanted to emanate a church fair that we had, a strawberry festival fair, the first of every June, and I was adamant. So my best friend Katie and I, we handwritten signs because this is before we had Xeroxers and copying machines, and we were going to have a fair at 21, the name of my street that I grew up on, and we ended up. That was a cul-de-sac. My grandpa built it with 13 houses. And that was land that he inherited that was my grandmother's father's tobacco farm. So there's a lot of history with that. But because my grandfather built all 13 of those houses and sold them with a handshake to everybody, he had a relationship with these people. So I would show up and knock at their door and ring their door, and I'd say, "I have pine cones that I picked in your yard and I would like to sell them to you." So I was quite the character, but I'm a firm believer that's what it takes to be an entrepreneur. And then I ended up, so Katie and I were going to do a fair. So we wrote with crayons and she misspelled fair. And she wrote, "This Saturday there will be a fire at 21 with the name of the street." And that shows persistence. Another story is when I was in Boy Scouts. When I was in Boy Scouts, I became the #1 salesman for not only the East Coast, but the world, because I was persistent. And when my mother got those, when a forklift, an 18-wheeler had to unpack pallets and plop it in the driveway, my mother just looked and shook her head and said, "How on earth did Dennis sell so much stuff?" And she had to sort it, put it in the back of the station wagon, and we were out until dark delivering this. And she's like, "How did you get to 3 towns away on your bike?" Because I was persistent. So I want you to know the key takeaways of this as I share my story and my journey from failure to success to failure to success. The whole purpose is do not give up on your dream. Do not give up on your desire. So with that being said, I want to say my name is Dennis Schleicher, and I am going to tell you an incredible journey about a remarkable journey of an entrepreneur, myself, who refused to give up despite all the ups and downs against myself. I went through the dark patches and overcame it in the end and made this business into something great, providing with ambition, hard work, and dedication. Everyone and everything is possible. Sit back, relax, and enjoy this roller coaster ride. You won't believe what is happening as we embark on an adventure with us to uncover the inspiring story of myself. So also, for those of you who don't know, I am an inspired, I'm actually a best-selling author of 2 books. One's called Is It Nuts? And that's available in hardback, softback, you name it. So let's go back to my childhood and let me take you on this journey of of the ups and downs, because I'm sure any entrepreneur can relate to this. I know I can. I have my laptop here and I want to answer your questions. So I pinned a comment up top and I had asked you, let's see, what did I ask you? What do you consider to be your biggest victory and why? So please share with me what you think is your biggest victory, and I would love to respond. So the comments we have right now is Heather Luna. We have a bunch of hearts. My friend Sandy in the heart of Utah. Love you, sister. Hello, my sweet friend. I love your stories. Well, this was inspired by my life journey of losing everything. In, my 30s, I was extremely successful. I became the VP of sales of a Fortune 500 company. I traveled the world. I had reps in Asia, the Middle East, the South Pacific. I traveled the world. I had 2 executive assistants. And then 2007 stock market crash. Actually, it was 2008, October. I'll never forget it. I was in Beijing, China. The stock market crashed, and I had invested over $400,000 that I built up in the stock market in one stock, Washington Mutual. And you can imagine what happened. Washington Mutual went down to 0. And this is about not putting all of your eggs in a basket and not giving up. So then I was determined. After, filing bankruptcy in 2009, it took me a while to build up my credit. I had to start from scratch. I spent many nights with my head in a pillow. And then I built everything up again. I became a successful network marketer with tens of thousands of people in my downline. It's the philosophy I will never do again. Because you're still working for somebody else, even though they say you're not. And I respect those that are in network marketing, because some of my best friends and mentors. And I can say I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for network marketing. So back in the 90s, I started my first network marketing company. I was 16 years old, and I joined a company called New Skin, and it was at a ground floor opportunity. And the problem I made was I went to college. When I went to college, I stopped working my business, and everybody else underneath me that I developed outranked me, and they broke away, if you may, because I didn't keep up with the ranks. So that's where I said, it's okay. I'm going to stop buying $500 of skincare a month to be able to make $500 back. But I was making enough money at the time where I was able to pay cash for college. And that's rather impressive. But I let it go. And there were 3 people that were in my downline that became successful millionaires within New Skin. So had I kept that up, I would be in a different place right now. However, I don't think I would have had the life experience of having the emotional ups and the emotional downs. Or maybe I would have been handed all this money and I would have foolishly lost it. You don't know. So everything happens for a reason. So how can you turn your weakness into a victory? I just want to share how I did it. It's with persistence. It's being consistent. It's being adamant. It's not willing to give up and let other people's opinions choose or dictate your own self-worth, your own feelings. I often say, if you want to start a business, are you going to talk to your friends and neighbors or relatives or people that aren't successful? I say, call an attorney, call a CPA, call an accountant, call a successful business owner or entrepreneur. Don't ask those naysayers, those ones that say no, oh, you're going to try that, or oh, you're going to join a network marketing, another one of those network marketing companies, or oh, you're going to do another business. Because I've heard it all the time. Dennis, you have failed so many times. Just get a job, and that's what I call it. Well, you know what's funny about that? When I was the vice president of sales for division of Procter and Gamble, I used to trick people in an interview process. And if they said to me, I'm looking for a job, I'd see, next, cut, interview over. Because I didn't want somebody that wanted a job. I wanted somebody that wanted a career. There's a difference. A job, 9 to 5, and a career. I want to grow and build and climb. And I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get there and achieve that desire. So I'm also, remember to post the comment that I pinned at the top. What is your greatest victory and why? And I am happy to answer how I've experienced height, lost everything, height, lost everything, and now I'm climbing up again. And I want you to know, never give up, because the key of any successful entrepreneur, I love TED Talks. They start off amazingly. They always go, like, okay, when I was 10 years old, this is what I did, A, B, and C. They get right to the juice. They get right to the guts of the situation. And that's the kind of storytelling that I want to share with you along my journey. And being authentic, real, and organic and transparent. Y'all are aware that I am trying to do a 30-day challenge. This is day 24 or 5 of going live. Sorry, I didn't do the research. I need a village, a team, and I only have, I believe, I can give you an update. Let me do that in a little bit. Let me get to your comments here. My friend Karen in Cedar City, originally from Europe. I love you, sis. Your stories are the best. Best victory, question mark. One of my biggest ones is getting my MAED in a language other than my native and my voice due to surgery the last 3 months. That's awesome. Congratulations, Karen. And I know you're wearing a boot, and you've been wearing a boot for quite some time now on your foot. I almost said face. A boot on my face. That's just, okay, I just open mouth, insert foot. But see, that's Dennisism. And anybody that knows me knows that's who I am. But you had asked me the other day, how do you overcome challenges if you don't have any means? And that, again, is just victory and setting a goal, whether it's sharing product that you believe in, or starting your own business with your daughter, a mother-daughter business. What better way to spend time getting to know your daughter and stuff is starting your own business, whether it's making pastries or your cooking is phenomenal. Like, market that sauce you make, that peanut sauce. It is delish. I don't know if it's as good as my friend Elizabeth Sadie from Visits of Mystic Visits, but I'll have to do another taste test on yours, Sandy. I'm sorry, Karen. Okay, let me get back to the emotional roller coasters of this ride. Anything that's handed to people, I look at people that win the lottery. This is why I don't gamble because of religious reasons, but it's considered dirty money, if you may. But this is why lottery winners, they hit it big, they get millions, and then they're broke. They lose all their friends, they lose everything, and they're unhappy again. They don't know how to manage their money. So you need to surround yourself with successful people, those who can be successful, that are successful. Ask to be, an apprentice for a day with somebody. If you are, oh, those birds are loud, or is it the frogs, or the owls, or the big bears? We got big black bears here. No, big black bears, not good. Oh gosh, no. Don't want those bears and the cubs. Mama Bear ain't happy. So, we need to, if you know somebody who's successful and you want to learn their biz, offer to be their apprentice for the day. What I would give to have someone say, can I be your apprentice for the day? Because that would be helping me set up everything I need to do, and you'd be learning the business as well, if you wanted to be a YouTuber or an influencer. But I gotta share, last night I went on Instagram and I went live and I had an unexpected meltdown. Really unexpected. But the spirit went in a whole different direction. And that's okay. I owned it. And I'm fine with it. And you know what? I felt other people need to see that there are real pity parties that people can have. So I uploaded it to my playlist on YouTube. Dennis's Meltdown. I owned it. So you need to own those opportunities in order to have victory and success, even when you're a failure or when you don't succeed at something. But you don't want that failure to be the woe is me, the Debbie Downers, as I call it. You don't want to constantly be saying, oh, I don't have the money for this, or I can't do this, or I shouldn't do that, or I shouldn't do this. No, you could do that. You can. Turn, like I do with my Scripture Up journal, turn your coulds into will. I will. Turn your shoulds into I am. Turn those into positive. And if you haven't read these books and want to, there's a link in the description below. And please use it, because that's how people like myself, the creator, gets paid. It's called Amazon Affiliates. And I'm going to spend a whole day or a whole video on Amazon Affiliates and how you could sign up for Amazon Affiliate and earn a commission. But I got to tell you, it took me a whole year to get a check for $98.17. I got that in February. And they only pay you every time you hit a $100 threshold. So I haven't got another one yet, but it took me a whole year to get my first $100. So it's about being persistent. If you shop on Amazon, please click on that link. Whatever you buy in the description below, it supports your creator, which are people like myself. So in closing, I just want to leave you with my testimony of success. Remember, there's three sides of a story. There's my story, your story, and the truth. And no matter what happens in your journey of being an entrepreneur or being a business owner, know that with those ups and downs, without the downs, there's no way to go up. Without the ups, there's no way to go down. This is why I wouldn't do a company like Nu Skin now. They start off like this, and then after the first 5 years, hopefully they hit momentum, which is this. They start going up, 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 up. So they'll start doing anywhere from, they're doing $1 million a year, and they're flat doing $1 million a year. And then all of a sudden they, over a week, they do 10 million, and then 100 million, and then 200 million, and then 400 million, and then $1 billion. They are at a $3 billion a year company, but that up only happens once. And that happened to be from 1990 to 1995. And guess when I joined? Right here at 1990. And I wrote it up. Actually, it was 89. So when I wrote it up, 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 up. And then when I went to college, that's when I let it all go. So I rode that high for about 2.5, 3 years and became extremely successful. But then you are always reliant on other people. You're always reliant on them producing the product. With this, I know I'm putting a lot of my eggs in YouTube, but I'm going to work on developing an email list, developing different ways and strategies that if YouTube goes away or if Instagram goes away, I still have a way to reach out to you. And that's something that I'm hoping I could have a team help me with. How to develop an email list so that way I can have a way to reach out to each and every one of you if YouTube goes down or if Instagram goes down. There's other ways, because a lot of creators put their eggs in one basket, and if their account gets hacked once, they lose everything. But I heard one creator say, hey, it's okay, I got my email list. So that's what's inspiring me to get mine and get that focused. That's my goal. Now, I want to get to your comments, and then I want to share with you how I'm doing on this journey of my hours that are needed. My friend, there's a lot of good comments here. Thank you. My friend Karen says, so how do you get a job when people don't want to pay more for your schooling and perfect hire? So, okay, there's a program, I'm sure you're aware of this, it's called Self-Reliance. I would meet with your self-reliance specialist, and you know what I'm talking about, Karen. And Sandy says, my greatest victory was finishing nursing school. I was told in junior high school I could never finish college. I was determined to make that, and you did it. You turned them into a liar. That's what you did. I graduated in top of my class. That's a great story. My friend Karen says, testing, let's plan it. Okay, another thing, Karen, that came to me, become a tutor. If nobody's willing to pay you for what you're doing, and you use the word job in that comment, I'm not sure if that's before I talked about the career. So if you didn't say I want to get a career that is in this, so think about that. Maybe becoming a tutor or a mentor, and then you can set your own rates and start off with just a few people. Then my friend Sandy says, you spoke from the heart last night. Thank you. My friend Karen also says, my father was very successful building his own business. He started small after hours from home and did teach a lot of us. So right there, you have the answer too. Your father taught you. You can start your own consulting or tutoring business for nothing. Just call it Karen's Tutoring, and that is something to think about. But I don't, that only you can come up with that. I only want to provide inspiration. I don't want to dictate or tell people what to do, because that's not what I'm here to do. So now I want to get to you the hours that I've had, and I am so grateful for all of your support. Those who have liked, commented, shared on other social media platforms, my Sunday messages, and so on. It means the world to me that you have all done this and supported this. So let me pull up my tab on earnings. I have noticed that going live is a huge, huge game changer. Say that 3 times. Holler. Okay, so right now I'm at 3,229 public watch hours. Karen is a mathematics teacher, so she will correct me, but I still know that I need little over almost 800 hours of watch time. But I have over 800 videos on YouTube right now. So that is just 800 people could randomly find one video and watch for an hour. Or 1,600 people could randomly find a video and watch it for a half hour. Or 3,200 people could find a video and watch it for 15 minutes. That's breaking down the math. Karen, did I answer those correctly? Because you're the teacher. And so yeah, 15 minutes. And 3,200 people could watch 15 minutes of video. You never know. If somebody shares my Sunday message on their Facebook page, and a lot of people love that come follow me message, you never know who how many people that could reach. So I want to thank you for joining me live today from the bottom of my heart. And I also want to share with you the statistics of the analytics behind the going live and how that content has changed. Because I have 20 million views for the past 365 days. And this is about being consistent. Right now, I have, for the last 28 days, I have 21K views. I have 40,000 impressions. Average watch time is 3.3 minutes. And this is just going live. This is just going live. And there's a huge spike. But if I look at all of my videos, it's 20 million views. That's huge. So we're going to keep struggling. I have another short going out tonight. I have another short going out tomorrow with my friend Kathy Gibson touring Spain and Portugal. And then I'm going to probably focus on more long content because I think that's what I need to be focusing on, not the shorts right now. So have an awesome day or night, no matter what part of the world you're in. And I can't wait to read your comments when this is uploaded. If you missed this before, start from the beginning because it'll be uploaded immediately. Thank you and God bless.